Hello my gaming family and welcome to another video. In this one I wanna talk about one awesome RPG and one of my favorite games of all times. In this video we will talk about Kingdoms of Amalur remaster called Re-Reckoning. We will revisit the game and see is it worth playing in 2001 and beyond. But as always, before we continue guys, it would be great if you press that subscribe button. By doing that, you support growth of this channel and my work in general on the best possible way. So what are you waiting for? Anyway, for all of you that don't know, Kingdoms of Amalur is action role-playing game developed by Big Huge Games and 38 Studios back in 2012. When it came out, the game actually did sell decently well, but not enough as the developers expected, which led to huge bankrupt of 38 Studios unfortunately. In 2018, the well-known THQ Nordic bought rights for this game for $900,000 and in September last year released a remastered game called Re-Reckoning. I'm a huge fan of this title, I really love it and enjoyed every second spent in this game. Actually, I keep revisiting this game from time to time and it never gets bored. So let's first check the story behind this title. The story sounds really interesting in this one actually. You start game as a dead guy. Yep, you heard it right. You didn't even started and you're dead, and you end up in a pit with others' failed experiments. Unlike them, this time experiment was successful and you has been revived by gnomish scientists in the experimental well of souls, but with one, let's say, lack: you don't have fate. Apparently every person in the world have his fate written, and you as a fateless one have the opportunity to choose your own fate, and not only that, you can change the fate of others around you too. When it comes to races, classes and character creation in general in this game, you will be able to choose one of 4 available races in the game. The Almain, noble, honorable and brave humans who embodied the ideal of order in all things. They abhor chaos, imposing structure and ritual in everything they do. One of the most imperialistic kingdoms in Amalur, the Almain are proud of their long and illustrious military tradition. Their patron deity is Mitaru, god of order, a belief that guides every aspect of their lives. Dokalfar, charismatic, intelligent and seductive dark elves who are respected as sophisticated students of magic and diplomacy, yet it is their alluring presence that makes them so compelling. The dark elves are the ultimate manipulators, controlling the actions of others from the shadows. While their reputation for subtlety is well earned, many find the Dokalfar so charismatic and compelling that they willingly parley with them regardless of the consequences. Ljosalfar, regal, steadfast and uncompromising light elves, a proud and insular people, the Ljosalfar strive to preserve nature and shape it to their will. The light elves resist change, flash freezing their ancient homeland to keep it in an idealized, timeless state. The Ljosalfar revere the principle of justice, fighting time to defend Amalur against chaos and darkness. And the Varani, strong, enduring and weathered nomadic humans. These human clans, known as the Varani, can be found throughout Amalur, as much at home on the high seas as in the villages and outposts they inhabit. Though not as culturally refined as the Almain, the Varani have brought commerce and a degree of civilization to the wild of the free lands. While lacking political motivation for involvement in the war against Tuatha, many Varani have found employment fighting in immortal armies as mercenaries. The battle-hardened fierceness of the Varani has given them a well-earned reputation as a valuable ally in the seemingly unwinnable conflict. When it comes to classes in the game, there are 3 classes you will be able to choose: Might, Sorcery and Finesse. Might represent warriors who rely on brute strength, heavy armor and high defense to vanquish their enemies in battle. The warriors' weapons of choice are the great sword, the long sword and the hammer. Might skills focus on increasing the strength and defense of the warrior, from increasing your resilience to bring you back from the brink of death to giving your attacks temporary bonuses. Sorcery represents mages who fight primarily from a distance with a combination of magic and magical weaponry. Mage weapons, the chakrams, scepter and staff, strike from a distance and primarily deal elemental damage instead of physical damage. Finesse represents rogues, fighters who rely on stealth and lightning quick attacks to take out their opponents before they even realize they are under attack. This can mean stealthy kills with backstabbing or smoke bombs, traps scattered across the battlefield, sniping with longbows, or even simply attacking with the incredibly fast daggers of blades. Rogues can also specialize in the use of poisons, making every hit count for more and weakening their targets. What sets Kingdoms of Amalur apart from most other RPGs is that as the game progresses and the Faithless One gains more experience and levels, they can start to intervene their skill trees together, thus opening the doors to various class combinations. Spell Claws combine the rogue's backstabbing nature with the Mage Sorcerer's might to create a shadowy dead dealer that completely ignore an enemy defense with a wide variety of damage types. The Battle Mage is either a warrior who uses elemental magic to their advantage or a mage who would rather fight the enemy up close. Battle Mages are uniquely able to generate mana whenever they strike in combat, making them unstoppable juggernauts of destruction. However, they are also a class that receives the fewest damage bonuses, so fights are often long, grinding affairs. The Blade Master combines the rogue speed with the warrior's weapon skills to become a true master of physical combat. The Blade Master's main advantage is their variety, being able to adapt their style to perfectly match every situation. However, the Blade Master can merely use the same tools in a variety of ways. Enemies with heavy armor will prove difficult targets. And the last and the most interesting one for me is Universalist. The Universalist is a jack of all trades, being adept at every form of combat while mastering none. While Universalists can go toe-to-toe with a warrior, overwhelm a sorcerer with magic, or fight faster than a rogue, the Universalist overcomes their opponents with the strength of variety, playing on every enemy's weakness without exception. The world of Amalur is absolutely beautiful. So much colors, amazingly designed. I am more than sure that you will find traveling and exploring really enjoyable and satisfying, and traveling on your foot from point A to point B won't be boring and monotonous. Graphically, this game looks amazing. Even the original game from 2012 looks really nice, and the remaster is really awesome. As I mentioned, the world, characters and NPCs, all the details and animations. In case you didn't like the story or game settings, you will definitely love its look. When it comes to combat, I must admit that in my opinion, combat in Kingdoms of Amalur is definitely the strongest segment in the game. No matter what you think about other segments or the whole game in general, you must be fool to say that the combat is bad. I'm sorry, but that's the way it is. Kingdoms of Amalur have the coolest, fastest, best looking and maybe even the best combat system of all RPGs out there. To be clear, when I said that this game is one of my favorite RPGs, I didn't say it's my favorite. I have a couple of others that I love more, but I must admit that the Amalur have far better combat system than they are. It is so brutal, the animations are awesome, and no matter which class you choose or which weapon you use, you will enjoy fighting enemies definitely. When we add fate shifting and brutal finishers to all this, trust me, if you didn't play Kingdoms of Amalur already, when you see that, you will be delighted. Now, for all of you that don't know, fate shifting powers up your attacks, slow down time, and when you are surrounded by multiple enemies, which will happen almost all the time, you can wipe them all out and pick one for brutal finisher. Also, your XP bar will go crazy and the feeling is awesome. I don't say that this is the perfect game, far from that. For example, if you decide to follow the main quest, you will be able to finish the game in approximately 30 hours and you won't need to do side quests. When it comes to side quests, if you decide to do them all, the loot is amazing and it's really rewarding to explore a little, but almost all side quests revolves around fighting, which will make you think that the whole game revolves around combat. To be honest with you guys, I really love every segment of this game and I am really happy because of remaster. Also, THQ Nordic already announced a new expansion for this game called Fatesworn that should come next year. If you decide to give this game a chance, set your expectation a little lower and you could be really surprised with what you get. I'm not here to convince you to play this game if you didn't or to replay it if you did. I'm here to give you my opinion, and as you probably know, I don't cover games that I don't like on this channel, and as you can see, it's obvious that I love this game. If you like this video and you want to know more about remaster or some segment in the game, make sure you write it in comment section down below, and I will do my best to make a video about that as soon as possible, cause it's impossible to cover everything within 10 minutes. A like would be super appreciated so this video can reach more people, and if you didn't already, then go and smash that subscribe button right now. You can also find me on social networks, and in case you want to support this channel in the long run, consider becoming a Patreon, if you like of course. All the links are in the description. And as always fam, until next time, see ya and stay cool.